The Cargo Collage sweater is my newest sweater pattern, and it features our newest Westwool yarn, Westwool Cargo. This is a really chunky yarn. It's about twice as thick as our DK weight tandem, so you'll get about 100 meters, 109 yards per 100 gram skein. So it's really thick and quick for bulky garment knitting, and you're gonna be like amazed by how quickly this sweater flies by. I was knitting this sweater on a US 10, which is a 6mm needle, and it just like knits up in a flash. The stitch counts are smaller with the chunky knitting, the texture is really quick and squishy to knit with, and you just need one color. So this Cargo Collage sweater, it features one color of the cargo yarn in simple textures. So if you've even never knitted a sweater before, I designed this sweater to be ideal for one of your first sweater projects, because I know from experience when I was knitting my first sweaters, some of them just went on and on and on and on with fine gauge sweater knitting. So for your first sweater, I think it's really motivating and encouraging to see some progress as you're knitting. So you'll definitely get that with that chunky yarn, casting on with just some 2x2 ribbing for the collar. You'll pick between 9 sizes in the pattern. So there's small sizes up to size 9, which goes over a 60-inch bust circumference. And when you're picking up the size for your sweater, you'll start at the top. This one's knit top down. Starting at the collar, you'll be doing some increases. When you pick your size to cast on, you want to do a gauge swatch, okay? I don't love to swatch, but when it comes to sweater knitting, it's quite essential to get something that's not gonna be too tight or not be like a tent when you block it. So for picking your size, do a little gauge swatch, which is just cast on like 20 to 30 stitches or so, and then you can do just some garter stitch or stockinette stitch. The stitch gauge is going to be most important for this sweater to determine your chest circumference. Do a little gauge swatch and see if it matches the gauge recommended in the pattern. If you're a tight knitter or a loose knitter, you might not get the same gauge. So then you can go down a needle or use a bigger needle to get the right fabric that's close to that recommended gauge, and pick your size. So you'll get all these recommended finished measurements for sizes 1 through 9, but don't pick a size exactly what your chest circumference measures unless you want your sweater to be really fitted. So if you want a fitted sweater that's really snug and tight fit, then that'll be an exact size measurement that you choose. But if you select a size that's bigger than what you measure your chest, that's going to give you a more roomy fit, like this minty sweater that I'm wearing. There's at least a few inches of positive ease, so it's not skin tight around me. I picked a size that measured bigger for the sweater in those measurements than what I actually measured my chest to be. So that's going to be your first choice. This is one of the smaller sizes, size 2, I believe, in the pattern. Petite size that's easy to adjust the sleeve length and body length as well. And that's the awesome thing about top-down knitting, especially for one of your first sweaters. It's going to go really quick with that chunky gauge. And as you try on your sweater, you could place it on an extra knitting needle so that there's more wiggle room with the stitches to fit over your shoulders and torso. You can try on the sweater as you knit to customize the length of the yoke, customize the length of the body. You could knit some extra rows or some extra textures that are written in the pattern to knit that body length longer. So you just keep on going. You'll have this beautiful chunky sweater, and let's dive into some of the colors. You'll be doing some knits and purls that highlight these melange shades. So lots of easy stitches, just a knit stitch, purl stitch. Some of the rounds are knit entirely or purled entirely, and some of the rounds will have a combination of knits and purls, like knit 2, purl 2, or knit 1, purl 3, knit 1, purl 3. So just different combinations of knits and purls, and they're gonna look really crisp and plumpy with cargo because it is a merino wool. It has a really bouncy and lush squishiness to the fabric and to the fibers. It's spun not too tight. It's spun a little more on the loose side so that it has a nice relaxed and drapey hand as you knit with the chunky yarn. So you're not gonna get that stiffness in the fabric. It's gonna be quite cloudy and plush. This is our cobalt colorway. So it's a chunky weight yarn, 100 meters, 109 yards. This is non-superwash merino, so that means it hasn't been treated to be washable, which means when you're washing your sweater, don't just stick it in the washing machine and forget about it, because then you'll have like a small felted rug out of the washing machine. So always hand wash it. It's a non-superwash wool, so hand wash this merino, and then you just pick your color. We have lots of kits at Stephen and Penelope that give you the amount of skeins you need for your size. So just select between the 9 sizes, pick your color, and then we'll ship those skeins out to you. And this is the minty colorway. You could have a matchy-matchy version to mine with this minty green, and that blue version. This was our denim. I really love this blue because it's a soft shade of blue, but it has this heathered variation in the colorway. When you look closely, you'll see some light moments to the blue and some deeper denim washes to it. So it looks like a faded pair of jeans, that nice denim colorway. And let's look at some of the other greens. That's quite a soft color. Some of the shades are a bit more faded with that heathered quality, but the deeper tones have this beautiful glowing saturation. This is Zandvoort, this dark sea blue. It has some subtle kind of teal turquoise flecks and strands throughout the fiber. Mallard is one of my favorites. This is a teal turquoisey color, but it leans more towards the greens, and it has some turquoise flashes throughout the fiber. And this olive colorway, this is called Moss, this beautiful olive green moss. It's got a golden undertone to it. So if you like greens that lean a little more towards the gold color tones, that's what moss is all about. And a fun fact about this cargo yarn, when you're looking at all of these marled, or not marled, it's a heathered, these heathered melange mixes to the fibers, when they make this yarn in Peru, they dye the fiber first. So they create the colors on the fiber first in these big barrels, and then like for the grays, they'll take a lot of white and a little bit of black, and they blend the colors together to get that heathered effect. So this light gray called concrete is mostly white with a little black mixed in. It goes through several stages of carding and mixing the fibers together before the yarn is spun. And the darker grays, like French gray, will be a little bit more percentage of black in the fiber to get it a bit darker in the gray tone. So you'll notice in every single shade, some of them are really subtle, like this green. It looks solid from a distance, but up close you can see some lime and kind of yellowy light tones. So every shade is multiple colors carded and blended together before the yarn is spun. So you'll get a lot of variety in each skein. You'll get that beautiful variation in the highlights and shadows of each color. So these reds, like Bordeaux is a deep red, but up close you see some lighter red streaks and a little bit of a creamy white as well that gives it a nice highlight. And the crimson, a bit more of a juicy red, and it's got a subtle, a little more leaning towards the orange tone in this red versus leaning more into the blue or purple tones like this red. It's a bit more light and fiery, that crimson color. And if you're a purple knitter, there's a lot of juicy purples to choose from. This is Magic. It's like a grape colored purple with some fuchsia streaks spun with it. This is Magenta. It's a really vivid and saturated purple-pink mixture. And this lighter purple is called Hydrangea. A really nice bright purple with a little subtle kind of pinky purple wash to it. But really nice and light and would show off those stitch textures really nice. So lots of colors to choose from. I loved coming up with all these fun names and picking the palette for this new cargo yarn. It's the chunkiest yarn weight now in our Westwool family. We've got our fingering weight bicycle, tricycle, fluffy glow hair, DK weight, and now this thick and quick chunky yarn. So I hope you love trying out this yarn. There's a lot of other fun chunky patterns to try, like some hats and shawls with this yarn. But my first sweater with Westwool cargo, a little bit of texture, and a big burst of color with the chunky gauge.